G'day and welcome to DuckZorly Gaming and an all new Let's Play series here on Farming Simulator 19. We are in Willamina Forest. It is a new map on the in-game mod hub or on the Giants web mod hub, and we are taking in this challenge, and it is going to be a challenge. Let's face it. Now, for everyone that's followed my channel and knows about me and what I'm up to, you will know that I'm not one for forestry. I avoid forestry like the plague, much as I also avoid those equine things as well as those green pieces of machinery with those horrible looking yellow thingies on them. Look like a deer or something. But anyway, all that aside, we are going to be challenged in this series. So we are playing this virtually on a hardcore mode. We are playing it with seasons, and the map is going to be very, very interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for a bit of a tour up here in the sky, and you'll be able to see the layout of the map. Now, as you can see, there's just forest everywhere. And that's what this map is all about, forestry. So basically, what we have to do is we have to carve out our existence in this map. And when I say carve out, I literally mean carve out. So that is what we're going to do, and we're going to give it a red hot go. There's going to be a lot of forestry initially. Now, I say forestry, certainly in the first aspect of setting up and getting everything going, we're going to be doing it very quick and easy. The only pieces of equipment we have currently are these bits here. So we have it's a case tractor, I can't remember, the 7250 of course. We have the Brooks wood chipper, and we have the Joskin trailer. Now, I don't think I have anything else other than that. I do have a Fiat. Sorry, I've actually pre-positioned him up where I'm working, and that's it. I did actually have a new light system up there, and I've just turned that off for the moment because I was having some issues, but we'll get that back in the next episode. So that's what we got. So what we have to do is we have to set up our farm and everything else from there. So if I bring up the map, just for instance, there it is. That's the map. So there is nothing laid out. There are no farms set up. There are no fields, nothing. There's no house to sleep in. There is absolutely nothing. So what we're going to do is we've got to carve out and determine what we're going to do. Now, currently I'm actually clearing an area up through here. So it's co-located near the sawmill, near the fuel depot here, which was surrounded by bush, and close to the store. And this is where we're going to start off. Now, insofar as lands, that's what we started off with. So that's where we're going to start. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the Brooks here, and we are just going to chop down these trees into wood chips, sell the wood chips. So we're going to gain some money, and we're also going to clear our forest. So let's jump in and see what we can do, and let's get started. So what we have done is I've already started clearing the road down through to the service station and also to the wood chip mill. And as you can see here, it's being cleared out relatively well. We've just got a dirt road that goes through here. And as you can see, the terrain is by no means flat either. So we've done a little bit of work. So this is our second day in early spring. So we want to get through this as quick as we can, so as we can start prepping at least a field or two to get farming. Now, we are running a 12-day season. I'm actually contemplating, and I think we might turn this into a 24-day seasons challenge. And in fact, while I'm talking about it, let's do that right now. We are going to make it 24 days. So 12 days. There we have it. Well, 24 days. There we go. So that's what we have. 24-day seasons. Crop moisture is on. Snow track's on. Snow mode is on. We're in Celsius, which is fine. We haven't set up any crop rotation yet because we haven't got any crops. That's the weather forecast. So we're looking for a bit of rain today. Sunshine. Possibly a bit of snow by the look of it. Saturday and Tuesday. But anyway. And that's our calendar for our plantation. Or planting. As you can see, we're not going to be doing sugarcane or cotton on this map. All right, so let's continue on. So we're going to head on down here into the wood chip mill, which is just here. Then we're going to hang a left. I'm going to head up to where I've started clearing off and we're just going to continue that on. So basically what we're doing is we're heading up there. We'll chop down all the trees that are in our way, and then once we've cleared a big enough area, we'll create our first field, and then we will continue on from there. Now I've just lost my way already. See, this is the thing. It's very easy to lose your way. I haven't actually cleared a defined road or anything. In fact, I'm still lost. Where am I? Alright, where's my map? Alright, I'm over that way. So I'm over that way. Alright. We're going to head on over here. Hopefully I'll find that. So there's just a little bit of space I've cleared to get up through to here where I want to do our farm. But as you can see, it is thoroughly caked in wood. Alright, we've got to be close. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, I'm nowhere near. Alright, so in my first day I didn't find it too hard getting my track up and down and all that sort of stuff, so it wasn't too bad. But today obviously, with this little bit of wet weather and having had the night off, well, there's my tractor. So there we go, there's my Fiat. That was my marker to sort of show where I'm going. Alright, so let's get this thing started. Put our pipe out, and what we're going to do is we're also going to turn off that mode. Alright, now here we go. So we're just going to start clearing out all these trees like I said, and we're going to make a nice big area here that we can put at least our first field. We need to put a field down, we need to put a farmhouse down in some way, shape or form, or even if it's just a shed for that matter. What else? We need to get a shed or two down as well. So we've got lots of work to do. And again, if you're a bit like me, you don't like the forestry, you're going to be bored, but we just need to get this done. And I'm not sure how big it's going to be, but obviously we're also going to have to do some landscaping work as well, because not all the land is going to be suited for farming. So there might be some leveling and stuff like that that has to occur, but we'll cross that bridge literally when we get to it. And a lot of people might be sitting there going, oh, you're cheating using that Brooks thing and chopping the trees down in one. Well, yeah, possibly, but at the moment I haven't really got the time to start out just with doing a... I was originally going to start out with the Komatsu and a semi-trailer with a log trailer, but certainly for starting off I just didn't have the room to get a log trailer up here, so I figured this was the best option. Now we are full now, so what we're going to do now is we are going to head back down out of here. Now I've got to try and find my track. There it is there, I think, actually. That looks like it's a bit of a clearance through there. We'll see if we get our way down here. I think this is the cleared area, so it's only a little bit of clearance. Yeah, I think this is it. As you can see, we're not too far away from the area here, from the cell point, and that's okay. It makes it nice and easy for us. So we're just going to come in here. We'll dump our wood chips. Now the advantage with doing this as well is it gets us a bit of money. So as you can see, I've got $419,000 there at the moment. Probably think, oh, if you're doing it hard, Duck, you're not doing it that hard. You're well up for money. Well, yeah, I am, but I've still yet got to buy all the other equipment to actually run and manage the farm. I've got to put a house down. I've got to put sheds down, all that sort of stuff. So that is going to go very, very quickly. But in saying that as well, I mean, obviously, the more trees I clear, the more money I get. So it's a bit of a bonus at the moment in doing this, because I'm going to continually be making a bit of extra money. So by the time I do get to the point of actually being able to plow and all that sort of stuff, we should be in a fairly good place financially. So we should be able to support ourselves and get ourselves started. And obviously now we're playing a 24-day seasons challenge. My goodness. I'm just thinking about the winter. It's going to give us plenty of time. I mean, we don't have to rush to get our first field done now, really. Now, what I do need to do is I do need to put it to 5 times a scale as a minimum. So that's what it will be from now on. It'll be 5 times time scale. At times I'll probably, well, I've still got a fair bit of wood chips in there. It was stored in the pipe. I'll get rid of that. Offload that last 10,000. So yeah, I mean, what are we doing? So 10,000 litres of wood chips, I'll just cut through to there. That gets us 1,300, 1,500 for 10,000. So I've got 70,000 litres I'm carrying. So that's, what's that? 6, 8. It's about 8 to 9,000 per trailer load I'm making. So not too bad. All right, so we're going to go back through here, see if we can find our way through. I'm going to have to turn on the lights because it gets a bit dark through here in the forest. Follow our tyre tracks back in though, so we find our way a bit easier. So it's actually quite open here where I've actually made the route, as you can see, but it's very deceiving. Very, very deceiving. All right, so continue clearing up through here. Now, there's obviously going to be many, many different ways that I could do this, and everyone's going to have their opinion. I was tempted also to try that big yellow machine that's come from Black Sheep Modding. But I don't believe I'm going to gain anything from that other than just destroying trees. And the theory of doing it this way is, while I'm actually clearing land, I'm actually also making some money. So it's it has a positive benefit for me. So I think the other thing, the big yellow thing, all it does is just chops down the trees and just destroys them in one. So if that's the case, it's not really going to be beneficial to us to use that. And it was a lot more expensive as well. I mean, this tractor cost us what was it, 40,000, 50,000, something like that. It wasn't a huge amount. And the Brooks chipper was, oh, keep on running into those trees. I'm going to damage the Brooks the way I'm going. The Brooks chipper I think was about 10,000 all up, and then this trailer was 40,000. So my initial outlay of money for equipment was only about 70. I think it was about 110,000, 120,000 with the 2 tractors. I ended up buying the Fiat. That was only what was that, about 25,000 or something like that. So yeah, we got it at a relatively good price, but we obviously don't have a lot of money to burn because, like I said, we've got to use that money for our equipment, our farmyard setup, and all that sort of stuff. And obviously, the other big cost is going to be landscaping. I mean, we're going to want to upgrade the roads, certainly between the lumberyard here, the service station, and where we're going to actually end up probably putting our house, our farmyard. So yeah, we want to keep a bit of money up there because it's not cheap. And there's going to be a lot of land we need to terraform, so yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. Now, I was toying with doing this as a time lapse. I'm not so sure about that myself. I think probably doing it this way might be better. We'll just see how it's received. I mean, look, if no one likes it, no one watches it, I'm sure it won't continue too long. But if you do like it and you're enjoying it, make sure you let me know in the comments. But like I said, this is taking me out of my comfort zone. I've never done forestry on this scale. We did a little bit of forestry, if you remember, back on Farming Simulator 17 when we were doing the 24-day seasons challenge, funnily enough, on another Stevie map, which was Sherwood Park Farm or Sherwood Forest, Sherwood Park Farm. I can't remember what it was called now. Geez, that's terrible. We did a little bit of forestry work there, but not a great deal. So but yeah, there's a lot of timber work to do here, especially if we're going to make a big farm out of this. So we'll have to see how it all pans out. So hopefully you'll be in it with the long haul, and we'll see how that develops. All right. So apart from that, we are excited. We're looking forward to getting back into it. We've been busy. We've been getting some episodes out, some videos out, which is wonderful. I have hit a bit of a snag with our Western Australian series suddenly. None of the placed lights around the farm actually work, so I've got to work out what's going on there. More importantly, today we hit, when I'm recording this, we hit 900 subs. So another one of our small goals has just been reached, which is wonderful. So 100 more to our primary and our major goal, which was 1,000 subs. Some may think it's slow going, some may think it's quick. I mean, I certainly think it's quick. It's a lot quicker than what I expected to get to this number of subs. I thank everyone for your support, ongoing and such. But yeah, it's been a bit of a surprise. But hopefully we'll continue on with the journey, and you'll continue to stay here with us. I like to think that everyone is part of an extended family. It's not just numbers, it's not about making money or that sort of stuff. It's just enjoying and sharing what I'm doing. So if that's the case, that's all good. If it's not your cup of tea, that's okay. Don't worry about sitting at the barbie and having a cup of tea or a cold one with me or all right, anything like that. It's just you won't be offended. But I do appreciate those that are here. And again, I did make a note of it on my Discord when I did get the 900 subs up. I have to send a very special and heartfelt thank you to Eustace Pharmer and also all now known as Atomic 67 Gaming, and also Jerry Grizzly Bear Sims. Without the two of them, I would have never started this, and their encouragement and assistance and all that sort of stuff has been a big part of me doing this. Or alternatively, you could also just turn around and blame them for me doing this. So if that's the case, then their links are down below, so please head on over and complain to them about the fact that they've got me into doing this. But yeah, no, I do thank them eternally, and they are great mates, and I'm all the better person for meeting both of them. So yeah, that's it. That's the touchy-feely stuff. All right. So, well, missed that one. There we go. Right, so we're full again. So we'll head back over, dump all this. So we're just starting to get this cleared out. There's remnants of clearance. Obviously, this tractor is not the strongest of tractors either. So going up and down these hills with a full load is going to be very testing for this thing. The Fiat would have no chance whatsoever of pulling a full load. It's only there because I did have a mod that our good friend GTX mocked up for me that I was using. But with the trouble I've had with Western Australia with all the lighting, I had to get rid of it temporarily to see what's been causing the issue, and I still haven't found out. But it'll be back probably in the next episode, certainly when we get to our next bit of night work. Because that's the thing, I mean, there's no point as resting of a night either at the moment because we don't have any home to go to. So it'll be working through the nights and everything. So we'll just keep on working until it's all done. Another load down. This this map with its timber yard here, it's very slow in offloading. So I may end up going in and tweaking that, I think. But it does take an awful long time to load and process the sawdust. So we might have to give that a bit of a tweak. As you can see, it's just going down little bits and pieces. A little bit quicker would be good. So we just kicked over the 450,000. I think I'd be comfortable to do the road works once I've got over 500,000. Certainly for about $100,000 worth of work with landscaping and stuff. But the road that certainly goes between here, the service station and the shop is going to have to be upgraded. So I'm going to have to smooth it out, level it, pave it, all that sort of stuff. So there's going to be a bit of money through there. And then I've also got to head on over. So if we have a look at the map again, I've got to make a path over to the animal dealer and to the areas over the western side of the map. So I mean, ultimately we do want to move over to the west, but there's a lot of timber to be cleared between now and then to do that. And what we'll do is shortly we'll probably just go for a bit of a drive, and I'll show you what it's like in the areas where I haven't actually been and cleared anything at all, so you can get an indication of what we've started with. And I mean, I've spent one day, one game day, in clearing a little bit of a path from the shop to here, and then this area up to where we're actually working at the moment. So yeah, it does take some time, even though this is effectively a shortcut in doing this with the Brooks chipper, but it is what it is. All right. So we're starting to certainly get to the point where we're going to have a nice cleared area. I think this first field is going to be on a bit of a slope, irrespective of what we were sort of originally planning. That's okay. We can deal with that, and certainly we can start ploughing in the field and creating the field without it actually being used. So we can start getting a bit of an idea of exactly what we're going to do in relation with the field size and its shape, the lay of the land, all that sort of stuff. So probably sooner rather than later we'll probably end up buying a plough. We might end up buying another tractor, something similar to this, not overly expensive, but just enough that we can actually have this guy dedicated for removing trees and all that sort of stuff, and then another guy just for doing the basic plough work to establish our fields. And all we want to do initially is just mark out the boundaries and work out sizes. Once we've done that, then we'll have a good idea of the size and shape of what we can do, because obviously as we clear more trees, it becomes a lot more open, as it has here now, and you get more of an idea of what we're going to do. So nice little cleared area here now, but still not quite big enough, I don't feel, for a field. Probably if we take those trees out there on the left through to the map boundary, map border, would probably be sufficient. And again, as we're going along, we can always improve and increase the size of the field, as I said before. So it doesn't mean we're locked in any way, shape, or form. And we can make some very large single fields, or we can make lots of little smaller fields. It just depends on what we feel like we're going to do. Alright, so we're going to drop this load in. Well, it's hard. Now I'm not using my steering wheel today, unfortunately, so that's why I'm using keyboard. But for this, it's sort of, you're turning so much and it's not really going to make too much of a difference. So I hope everyone is doing really well. We're getting closer day by day to the class DLC, otherwise known as the Platinum Edition. And I am looking very, very forward to that. I love my class machinery. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. And I hope everyone else is looking forward to it as well. We'll see. We've just had a featurette video was released by Giants, and it shows a bit of the stuff there. And as was confirmed a week or so ago, the new Class 8900 series Lexion combine harvester will be included, which is wonderful. So I think currently that's the biggest and most powerful combine on the market. Oh, I've done it again, but anyway, that's okay. So yeah, it should be good fun, and it's got all the regulars in there, the Arians, the Axions, the Xerion 5000 is in there. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing that. All right, head back up in here again. Now I do like the feeling of coming through the forest as well. It is actually quite a good feeling driving up through there. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to go over through here, and we're going to find the map boundary, and we're going to find it ourselves on an invisible wall at some point, and then that will determine how far across we can go. I would like to determine that, so as I don't know how far in. I mean, I could pull up the mini-map and have a bit of a look. I think this will, from this point in, this is where we'll go in, and then we'll further head round to our left and create the rest of the field up to where we've already cleared. So that would probably be, in effect, the first field. Fair way in from the boundary by the look of it. Alright, well maybe that's enough. Maybe maybe that would be enough. Let's just clear those 2 trees so I know where I'm going to be turning into. Can't quite get him. Backing into that tree, that's not going to help me. Alright. I'll back him out. Alright, clear that one away and clear that one away. And that gives me a bit of an indication of where exactly I need to go forward from there. Alright. So that will be quite sufficient, I think. So coming out here, it'll be out to this edge through here and then up. That would probably be sufficient for our first field. It'll be quite a large field. It'll be quite hilly, in fact, in some ways. But I think it'll be okay. As long as we're not trying to put the biggest equipment on there and all that sort of stuff, I think we'll be okay. So that's what we'll do. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to head back. We're going to drop this load off. I'm then quickly going to show you the road going down to the animal area, just to sort of show you what it's really like as we open up. And then that will be it for this episode. And then we'll come back in the next episode and we'll be doing some more forestry, strangely enough. But hopefully we might also get to the point of actually starting to create our first field. But we'll have to wait and see on that. Now the other interesting thing will be is I don't know whether courseplay will be able to work. We might have to have a look at that and see if we can jig courseplay into working. But because obviously none of the fields will be defined as per the map, but I'm sure we can define the edge and assign it. So we should still be able to use our courseplay if we so desire. But that's certainly not going to be the priority. I think the priority is just to get ourselves established with at least one field, a farmyard, a shed for the equipment, and I think then we can look at expanding out further. But yeah, and then we'll also look at possibly getting the Komatsu, felling the trees and selling logs and that instead of actual just wood chips. But again, that's probably a more medium-term goal, more so than a short-term goal. But what we're going to do is we're going to put the pipe up. We're going to offload what's left in the pipe, like so. We'll unload that, and then we'll go for a drive. And what we're going to do is we're going to leave the trailer behind. Don't need to take the trailer with me. Right, there we go. And in fact, what I might do is I'll take off the Brooks. Alright, let's go. So this is going to show you what that first track was like that I've just gone through coming from the store to here. So if we go through it, this is exactly what it was like. So as you can see, if I go into cab mode, there's not a lot of room. There is forestry everywhere. So the trees didn't purposely keep away from the road and the track to make it easy to get to. So that was part of our first challenge, is just clearing the route into where we need to go. And again, obviously we're going to have to do the same thing here, so we can get down here into the animals and all that sort of stuff, all the shops. So it's just part of the continuing challenge, and it's very easy. Actually, yesterday I was in preparation for this. I was actually driving around. I actually did physically get lost. I had no idea where I was without using the mini-map. I just got lost. I had no idea where I was. I was in the middle of trees all over the place, and that was it. I just had no way out, so I had to pull the mini-map up then and find it. And then all of a sudden, we find ourselves with some buildings. So it just pops up all of a sudden out of the trees. So there you go. So all this stuff has to be cleaned up in here as well. So we've got a barn over here by the look of it. There we go. So I haven't actually been down this area yet. This is my first time through here, so must be the sell point for the animals by the look of it. But yeah, it's well and truly overtaken by trees. Anyway, that is where we're going to leave this episode. We are going to head back out and see if we can find our way back to the lumber yard, and then head up and continue work on our fields. And we will see you back here very, very soon when we next return to this forestry nightmare. So, no matter whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, or night, no matter where around the world, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and we'll see you again very, very soon back here at DuckZorly Gaming. Thanks so much for watching. See you all later. Bye.